Go ahead and open to this page and try the warm-up, and I'll let you pause the video. Okay, so you multiplied by the you multiplied to get a common denominator, then multiplied the numerators together, and then combine the numerators. So distributing the negative, we have minus 2x plus 8 to get this. So basically today's lesson is doing this in reverse, like starting with this and getting it back to this. It's called partial fraction decomposition. And so you can see this is the warm-up that we just did. You have this, and we want to get it to this. And so this is called a partial fraction, or each of the two fractions on the right are called a partial fraction. So taking a look at the pencil problem, the first step is to break up the denominators. So you're going to rewrite this as equals a over the first factor, x minus 3, plus b over the second factor, x plus 4. So that's your first step. And then you're going to multiply by the LCD, okay? So we know the LCD would be x minus 3 times x plus 4. You go through and multiply through each term by that. And so you can see the cancellations that happen. That leads you to this next line. And then what you do, so I would call this like step 4, is you get your A terms next to each other and your B terms next to each other. Actually, they just distributed, and it was like that. So step 4, I guess, distribute. Then what they did is they got their x terms. This is what I should have said. Got their x terms next to each other. So see how they did ax plus bx, and then they factored out the x to the back, ax plus bx, and then pull out an x, and then just kind of grouped the constant terms, because remember a and b are constants. We just don't know what they are yet. Okay, so now you can see how this is the coefficient of x. So this equates to 5, because 5x is supposed to equal a plus bx, a plus b quantity x. This is the constant term, so it equates to -1. So then step 5 is write a system. A plus b equals 5, 4a minus 3b equals -1. And then step 6, solve the system. Okay, so that's what they're describing here, how they did that. And then you have your a and your b, and you put them back on the fractions. So that's step 7. So here's the pencil problem. So I'll let you pause that. Pause that and give it a try. Okay, so first we separate them out, putting a over the first factor plus b over the second factor that was in the denominator. Then we're going to come through and multiply by the LCD, which is going to be this, and cancel everything that cancels. So then you're left with this. I went ahead and distributed my ax plus 2a and bx minus 9b. Okay, so then we're going to put these x terms together. So we have ax plus bx, and we factor out x. So it's a plus b quantity x. And then we've got our constant terms together. So we can equate a plus b is equal to 3. 2a minus 9b is equal to 50. And then you solve the system, yada, yada, yada. You get b is negative 4, so then a is 7. And then you put them back onto the fraction, wherever you had your a and your b. And that's actually the only example that we're doing. Not because I'm out, but because I talked with the ICM teacher and asked her if we needed to do this lesson, and she said just do the ones with linear factors, which is only this example. So your homework is on Math Excel, and it's actually mostly problems from like these kinds of problems. It's mostly like these kinds, the kind that you didn't have homework on last time, and then just 3 of those that we just did. And that's it.